Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a special edition show today. We normally on Thursdays, but today is Tuesday because we want to launch a perfect introduction of our very own Simon Says and the beautiful Miss the real pretty Ashely.
That's right.
So the new podcast, as you guys know, is coming out on
September, November 27th, but we'll air November 30th. Called No Subliminals, so we ain't had nothing.
Okay. So to give the audience a quick introduction of what you're doing, why you came about, deciding to stream a podcast, and the selection of your co-hosts.
I wanted to do something different. I watch podcasts all the time. I said, man, I can do this. I'm tired of watching other people make money. I want to try to get me a few dollars. So I watch a lot of podcasts. I'm talking about anything. People talk about dogs. People talk about credit. People ratchet stuff, old gangster stuff. You know, I watch a lot of. I said, man, I want to do this. So I've always wanted to do it.
Okay.
And it's just the timing. You know, it's all about timing. So, you know, Ashely hit me up. I told her I'm about to do a podcast. She said, I'm getting on there with you. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, like so, and she got experience. So that's kind of how we stay on track. I'd be all over the place by myself, so it makes sense.
Okay. And this is Miss Ashely,
Hello,
the
hello.
real pretty Miss
Yes.
Ashely.
Yeah.
You know, every time I say that, I think of the band. You know, I think of the band. You think of the band. So, Miss Ashely, how long have you been doing podcasts?
So I think I started doing podcasts probably around 2015, 2016 when I did my first podcast. And that went good. The second podcast I got into was, I want to say 2018, 2019. That went well. And, you know, in the end, it just wasn't a good fit, but all love at the end of the day, and still something I love to do and was thinking about getting back into. I had some people reach out to me trying to work with me to do podcasts again, but you know, just already having done 2 of them already, for me it's like the stability. I don't want to keep popping in and out of projects, and now that I have the experience, you know, who am I going to work with, and who wants to work with me now that I had the experience. They want to try to get in and you know, get that feel for it. But I wanted to make sure it was real, it was genuine, it was something that was going to last and stick. And so when Simon reached out and he told me, well, first I saw that he was doing the podcast, and I reached out to him really, and he told me about it. And I was like, hold on. I was like, hold up. Oh, I'm in it. I'm in there, like swimwear. We on. This our show now. This our show, baby. No, we doing it together. That's it. And it was on from there.
Right. I ain't even get to say yay or nay.
Yeah, I was like, send me the info.
I had a few people asking me to be co-host, but I was like, nah, you know, because I want to do. I know what I got in mind.
Okay.
Now, bringing it to life, that's another thing. But I know what I want to talk. I've grown as a person.
Okay.
So, you know, I've been known for a certain lane, but I kind of want to get away from that. But, you know, just be careful what you get known for, because it's kind of hard to get away from that. So I gotta try to like figure it out. But I kind of got an idea where I want to go. I want to push the envelope, but in a different way.
So what can we expect? Is this going to be? Are you going to be doing things of comedy, serious matters, or is this going to be everyday life experiences? What type of subject matter are you going to talk about on the show?
A little bit of everything. I want to keep it. It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But whatever it is, it's going to be real. It's going to be real. And it's not going to be, you know, for those that's hitting me up to be my guest, it's no subliminal. So it's just like,
on it.
Okay. You ready? Right. You know me. They used to call me the ghetto, the Black Jerry Springer. So what we talking about, or what we talking about? Because I don't like all of them. Say what you mean. I mean, say. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you say? Especially right now, you see what's going on. You can't even say certain words. Let's not say you get canceled. You say Jew right now.
Exactly. So, exactly. You have to be very careful.
Be very careful. But not me though.
Not you.
I want to. But I am going. You know, I'm trying to get sponsorships and you know, do something different. You know what I'm saying? I want something that. This is my baby. I want to make sure. But this is our baby. This is. You know, my surrogate.
This is the balance.
My surrogate mother.
Keep it together.
But I don't know, because I I don't know who's gonna balance who.
I don't know either. I was gonna say that. I feel like at the end of the day, we kind of both push the limits and push the envelope when it's all said and done. And my outlooks on a lot of things are not, the average female perspective. So who knows what you want to get? You really don't know. And who's gonna keep the balance? I don't know. It might be the guest. It might just be some wild shit one day.
But that's what keep your viewers coming in, because everyone wants to hear something different. They don't want to hear the same topic over and over and over like you're beating a dead horse. They want something that's going to be invigorating and what's trending and what's hot. Controversial always is what sells.
Definitely.
I know.
Which I know, right? I know, right?
I know a little bit about that, and I got some interesting guests lined up, but it's all about structure. I don't want the three of the same type of people 3 weeks
back to back.
It's like, all right, you ain't got nothing else to talk about. So, my first guest, she went to Sula with me, so it's like,
Rams.
And it's like it's not what people won't expect.
Perfect.
I put it from me anyway.
From you.
So I'm definitely in my 40s now. It's time, things to talk about.
40 and over.
Grown man stuff to talk about.
So you just finished The Lot.
Yeah.
And coming off of the making of the shooting of the film and everything, going into this podcast, are we going to see some of you doing more acting? Are you going to be bringing that into your podcast in skit form, or which way are you going to go with that?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more acting. I'm slated to honored to play Marion Barry this up and coming year. That's my damn that's my Will Smith's Ali or my Denzel Washington, Malcolm X right there. But, it's different when you play somebody who people really know the story. Because like The Lot, it's a great movie. A lot of local DMV comedians. It was a lot of comedians in there, and everybody did their thing. It will be on Tubi and Amazon Prime soon, along with Kings of DC.
Kings of DC.
So yeah, I got a lot of people hitting me up, but for me, it's what's it for me now. I'm at that point in my life, like I don't just do it. I've been doing this 15 years now. It's like, what's in it for me now? I ain't getting older though. I'm getting younger.
Getting better, getting wiser. That's what I say.
All right, Benjamin Button.
So have you seen the movie The Lot? Have you
haven't seen it yet. With the comedy aspect, and you saying that there's going to be things that we're not going to expect, so we're clearly going to see a different side of Simon. From your perspective, going into the podcast with Simon, what do you believe we're going to initially feel? What are we going to get a sense of between you two's characters colliding together? Because it sounds like this is going to be a collab. It's not just a collaboration, but y'all going to be on here like a volcano eruption. We don't know whether It is when Leos unite, for sure. When Leos unite. I don't know yet. I mean, I don't think we agree on everything. I know that we don't for a fact, but I think it's going to be interesting. I think it'll be interesting just to get both viewpoints. And yeah, people know him. He has a large following. And they know how crazy he can be. People that know me, they know how crazy I can get. So, girl, we gonna see. We gonna see.
I got a large following. She knows everybody. Since I dropped.
I don't know them people. I don't know them people.
This is social media followers.
Yeah, I don't know them people. I keep telling him I don't know them people.
Everybody said they grew up with you.
No, they did not. I'm not from around here.
Oh, Ashely still left-handed.
I am left-handed. How did you know?
That's what I'm saying.
How did you know?
That's what I'm saying.
They watching. They paying attention. Look, you made an impact.
I know.
You made an impact. So the show, you said the first one is going to be dropping on the 27th, but it's not going to air until the 30th.
Right. I'm airing it straight to YouTube. Just something I don't know. Like I just want to do something. I ain't never done this before. Like I done podcasts, but it was like you had to download the app and all of this.
Right.
I want to just put it out there and hope it grows.
So clearly, by you telling them that it's going to be a record date and an air date, that means you're going to be doing pre-records. Do you think that you're going to venture into some lives where it's just going to be, because there's so many things that's happening every single day. Like sometimes I just want to just jump right on Instagram when I see certain topics coming across the news. You know, things that just automatically push a button with you. I be wanting to jump on and go, but I be trying to stay in my
because I think
my husband on Thursday. But sometimes I think it's almost a requirement just to bam. This is what's hot. This is what's going on right now. This really struck the people. It may segue into a topic that you guys have coming up. You know, do you think you would jump in and do things like that too on another way, or you think that you would just save that for like a live where you're just talking, you know, freestyle?
I think I'm just gonna use the example of the Breakfast Club. They don't hit the live button every time something. You're gonna listen to, you know, Angela King and Charlamagne, even if they talk about something that happened. They're not on the air that week and they talking about it Monday. You still gonna listen to it even if it happened on Thursday. So I think if your audience rock with you, they're gonna rock. They're gonna wait.
I like it. Okay. Well, we're coming up on, we're already 10 minutes in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We're going to run some commercials, and then we're going to come back in with the next set of topics. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. Sign that off. And we're going to the commercial.
Needs throughout the community. It takes a village, and we are it. Please connect. Afternoon access in the Richmond zone available for ages 6 through 12, Monday through Friday through DPR. Make sure you visit the website dpr.gov. We are bridging the gaps through monthly food distribution. 2 families a month will be sponsored. Registration starts the 1st through the 30th. Community outreach goes both ways. If you would like us to participate at your event or would like to participate at our event, make sure you reach out at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Quarterly give back drives are here. We need your gently used items, canned and boxed goods. Make sure you reach out to us for additional details. Sponsorships and sponsors. If you would like to sponsor us or are in need of a sponsor, make sure you reach out to us at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. That's info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Read to Feed is here. It is our version of the Book It program. We want to encourage the young ones to continue to read. Open up those books. So if you have a young one that you want to register, please do so at ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Internships are not just during the summer. If you would like to become an intern with If You Didn't Know, please reach out to us and we will get you all of the details you need at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Scan to connect via Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or our website. If You Didn't Know is bridging the gaps. Make sure you stay connected at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. If You Didn't Know is providing access to resources throughout the DMV by bridging the gaps with your girl, the chill side, and Key the host. Make sure you connect with us. If you didn't know, we need you to volunteer. We need volunteers to help those in need throughout the community. It takes a village, and we are it. Please connect. Afternoon access in the Richmond zone available for ages 6 through 12, Monday through Friday through DPR. Make sure you visit the website dpr.gov. We are bridging the gaps through monthly food distribution. 2 families a month will be sponsored. Registration starts the 1st through the 30th. Community outreach goes both ways. If you would like us to participate at your event or would like to participate at our event, make sure you reach out at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Quarterly give back drives are here. We need your gently used items, canned and boxed goods. Make sure you reach out to us for additional details. Sponsorships and sponsors. If you would like to sponsor us or are in need of a sponsor, make sure you reach out to us at info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. That's info@ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Read to Feed is here. It is our version of the Book It program. We want to encourage the young ones to continue to read. Open up those books. So if you have a young one that you want to register, please do so at ifyoudidn'tknow.net. Internships are not just during the summer. If you would like to become an intern with If You Didn't Know, please reach out. What's up? It's your girl Shantae the Chill Side. Make sure you stay tuned in tonight from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. via YouTube to If You Didn't Know podcast. We bringing you episode number 5 entitled How Many Times? Make sure you stay in the know with If You Didn't Know. What's up? It's your
All right. So we are back in off of break. Simon, I want to touch on something a little bit different outside of the upcoming podcast that you guys make sure you got to tune in, and we're gonna keep plugging that for No Subliminals, No Subliminals, No Subliminals. We're gonna have you had that coming November the 27th, Aaron November the 30th. The last couple of days, the news has been crazy. It has been crazy with the 13-year-old young man in Upper Marlboro who lost his life just doing a simple chore in his own yard or his property, not bothering anyone. At first, they weren't showing a picture, so you didn't know what the young man looked like. Because you got some 13-year-olds when you're like, now they look 18, 19, then they got that rough look. This little kid looked like a baby. He looked like just a little baby. So you wonder what causes or why would someone go and just shoot randomly directly at this young man? The mothers, of course, is crying out. And then we fast forward and we go to the Virginia. The 3 killed, 2 still are in the hospital as we speak. Of course, they caught the suspect and he is arrested. They're saying it was things of bullying tactics, that he was being picked on and he wasn't sure or didn't know exactly how to respond. But my thing is, when we decide to respond or take action or something, why is it that so often our youth, our teenagers, our kids are choosing to end other people's lives? Why is it that they feel their voices, or why do you think as a male they feel that their voices are silent? Because you've been a young black male. I mean, you're still young, but you've been a young black male. What is it? Where's that disconnected? They're not just speaking directly. Is it something that you feel adults just isn't listening to, like you're trying to relay it, but no one is really taking it in? What's your perspective on that with this heart-wrenching ordeal that's really going on for all of these parents?
Well, I mean, who they look up to? I mean, their leaders is Lil Durk. I mean, like my generation, we wanted to get some money. The generation after us, they wanted to pop pills and get high. This generation, they want to pull guns. We wasn't thinking about pulling guns at 13, but most we was doing was probably, as a male, I was probably finger fucking. Like I wasn't I wasn't trying to pull no trigger. I was trying to tickle some girls or something like that. So the disconnect started, I think, in the generation right before us, the crack epidemic generation, and it kind of you see the downfall each generation after that. You see what crack has done, and these are the kids and the grandkids of that offspring from the late '80s, early '90s, and these kids they don't fear nothing anymore.
They don't.
They don't fear nothing. They not scared of, man, go tell my grandma what she gonna do. You know, like,
right.
Man, go tell my, first of all, the father. It ain't even the father figure. It's being present half these people on. They ain't scared of nobody. So, you know, to speak on the UVA situation with the three young men, I was kind of like, I didn't hear both sides of the stories, but as I'm gathering information, I don't know, you know, like, I don't know, because I heard it was some hazing involved. I heard it was that don't give a person a reason to, you know, take someone's life, but you never know what people going through. Everybody not playing, so.
Everyone's not playing, and you don't never know what someone is going through. But again, it just seemed like all too often we're still choosing to not value the lives of others. You know, like there's no, it's more so we all going to die anyway. We're all going to die. Who cares? You know, it seems as though teenagers are, you know, just like, whatever, I'm living for the day. I'm worrying about today. You know, if you come through my hood with that, I'm coming through to yours. You know, the slide through and so forth is what you're hearing the most. As a Black male, from this community where the violence is just so prevalent, what do you think it really will take? Because there are so many marches, there are so many, you know, topics or news, you know, shootings. Everyone wants to be present in the moment when it happens. But what about the day to day? Like, what is it going to take for the Black youth, our males? And it's not, and I keep saying males and focusing on males, but the females are really starting to be just as violent, commit just as many crimes. It's almost as if they want to be looked at as that term that they say, bruh.
Females take such big dick. That's weird. Like, real weird. But you know what's gonna take? You know, when we was young, a lot of us did a little stupid stuff, or you know, to get juvenile. Like when they start handing out these indictments, these RICO acts, of these gang related crimes. First, DC wasn't with the gang stuff. Now you start to see these crews clicking up, and these neighborhoods, they linked up with these neighborhoods. It's crazy. But just like they did in Chicago, you know, 10 years ago, when they started handing out them RICO indictments, and then people going to be like, oh, they think it's cute now to do something and rap about it in a song, right, saying they smoking they op and we going to spin and everything. I even seen a song where they say we going to spin and 25 minutes later we going to spin again, and they really did the shit. I was like, man, they not scared of nothing. So for me, 3 generations, I done seen it. I'm in my 40s, so I've seen it in the late 80s. I seen it how it progressed to get more wickeder and wiser. Like this generation is very wise, right? But they also wicked as hell. They don't fit anything anymore. Like, you know, if I saw you with your mother or your child, you gotta pass that day. These fools will shoot you and shoot your child.
They don't care.
They're not worried about that.
The women and children do not get a pass these days. Yeah, but I mean, somebody was saying like social media that has a big role to play in everything, and what they're saying, the videos, the music, too much time, too much free time, too much time outside. Parents are not monitoring their kids, the phones, what they're doing. You have to monitor all of that. You have to know what your kids are doing. They're not just going outside hanging out. These young boys, these young teenagers, and like you said, girls too. They're out here just ratchet as hell. Things we ain't never think about as kids. We just wanted to go to the mall. Can I get $20? Go walk through the mall. That was a thrill. Now they want to get into some shit. They're stealing cars. You seeing kids on these apps where, I mean, not the apps, these pages where they got random people going, you know, stealing cars and all types of stuff. It's crazy. But I feel like a lot of people are not present in their kids' lives, or know what's going on in the back end. Because if you really stay focused on your kids and know what's going on and see what they're doing and monitor, you'll see a lot. These kids are smart. They're not stupid. And the internet, the phones, they have access to it all. We didn't have that access. We didn't have none of that.
That's true.
They can get online and see anything,
Yep.
everything. That TikTok, that Instagram, it's all there.
Very much so. Very much so true.
And a lot of times, us as the parents, we think, oh, not my child. My child, not my child. Nah, my child, they got good grades. Listen, you are whatever's in your phone as far as the music you listen to, whatever's in your search and your YouTube, that's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
The things that you like, the things that consume your time. If you go to your child's YouTube right now and look at their searches, you would be like, oh my God, I don't believe that they watch this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I went through that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
You
telling
be like,
y'all.
what? How do they even know about this? Look at their TikTok searches. Look at their Instagram searches. Like, it's crazy, but that's, us as the parents, we working all the time. We don't really have time to be, 24 hours, months and months and months. And then there's only so much you can do.
There's only so much you can
There's
do.
only so much you can do.
And, I always try to speak from both sides of that, because being a parent, are you both parents?
Mm-hmm.
Both parents. Okay, so being a parent, we know that sometimes we can say, don't do this. We can instill so much into them. But we have to take a step back and remember, our parents did the same thing.
Right.
They instilled whatever they wanted into us and what they
Right.
wanted us to, model. But when we were around certain friends doing certain things, we still put that on the shelf and elected what we was going to do in time and place. We knew time and place. We had respect. If we saw the adults coming around, or the elders and stuff coming around, we had our respect for them. We knew to turn off the cussing. We knew to, whatever we was doing, it was inappropriate or whatever, we knew to stop immediately. That's not there now. That is not there now. There is no light switch. And one of the conversations that I was having with my co-host, Keys, was that now it seems as though it's so many parents that are more so worried about relating to and being a friend to their child and doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Well, I'm gonna say, from my perspective, from my opinion, shouldn't be doing with their child. You can't demand respect and then put yourself on their level at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really not going to go together. Just because a child is 8, your child is 18, it does not mean, or 17, just about to turn 18 or whatever. It doesn't mean that you should be doing certain adult things with your kid. You have to still have that divide there. I remember coming up, I'll speak on my own upbringing. Whenever it was the aunts gathering or the family gathering, when they playing their cards and all of that stuff, kids were seen and not heard.
Absolutely.
It was step off.
Absolutely.
And you gotta look. You got to look when you knew if you don't go sit down somewhere, or you knew to go in your room and not come out until the game was over. It was just certain things. And now that is just a thing of the past for the majority. I'm not going to say for all, because there are still a lot of households, there's still a lot of family structures that do still have that bond, because they have they're still in that more traditional upbringing versus this new age way of raising kids.
Yeah, on behalf of Black men in this area, in this country, I would like to say sorry to the Black women. A lot of it is our fault. Not me in particular, but it's our fault. A woman can't do this by herself.
Right.
I don't care if you're raising girls, listen, if you're a single Black mom, you gotta go out here, go to work. Sometimes you gotta go drive Uber, DoorDash. You don't have time. You're still trying to make ends meet. So you don't have the balance.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of this comes from broken homes. Let's just call it what we call it. It's not a positive male figure in a lot of kids' life. is not a positive. Uncle be on the same shit that you. My uncle smoke weed with me. You know what I'm saying? Not
That's
uncle,
the
but
no, but
I'm
that's
just
what I
saying,
was speaking
yeah.
of in regards to you. You're asking them to respect you. You want them to get up
Right.
on the train and do someone older, or you want them to, change their language and their tones and so forth when the adults step in the room. But yet you're indulging and engaging in this on the same level of activity as them. So why would they?
It ain't no
Right.
more OGs.
Why would they separate
It ain't
it?
no more OGs. OGs be in their 40s, still going to slab with these young boys.
Right.
You look at the young dog situation, they just locked up a 43-year-old man.
Mhm.
How the hell he connected with a bunch of 20-year-olds in a murder? Like, what the hell why you
You see a lot of
coming
that
up with
now.
Yeah.
You see a lot of it.
You know, these OGs ain't real OGs no more. They just got the age. These young don't respect. One thing I will say I like about this young group, they not like us. You know, they kind of like try to shield us with the religion and civil rights and all that. We kind of like, all right, I'm gonna stop. These youngers, man, they ain't fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't showing me no respect, I ain't gonna respect you. If you just in the way and you acting stupid, they not gonna respect you. But if you solid, they be like, you know what, I listen to you. You know what I'm saying? They might not take heed to what you're saying, but they will listen to you. But if you just a wild nigga, man, I ain't about to listen to you.
But
know
you
what
still
I'm
have the youngins that are looking up to these dudes that they showing respect for. They're wild niggas.
That's
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying? They're wild niggas who got these young kids going out with the guns, robbing people, stealing cars. I see it. I see my friends go through it with their sons, with their young boys, 15, 16. They keep running away. They in the streets. They trying to mimic what they see. My friend told me her son watching videos like, I want to do this. I want to be like that. He ain't never seen that at home. He wants to be that.
I'm in a fucked up predicament because I got friends whose son was the suspect, the other son was the victim, and vice versa. I'm looking at one page like, damn, they son got locked up for killing this person, and I know both the parents.
Oh,
you know
wow.
what I'm saying? So it's like I can't choose sides. I gotta watch what I say, and you know it's spiraling out of control because the old niggas will let these young niggas go out here and crash out. Like, man, go. We come from early, like, don't make the block hot.
Right.
Don't bring the police around here. This is how we get money around here. My thing is, this is what I don't know if you get a close up, but listen. So all you young niggas that's spinning and blowing each other up, live your life. That's on y'all. I wish y'all stop. Not condoning. But listen, if you gonna blow each other up, don't stand by somebody's building where they got their kids at. Go stand your ass by the trash can or by the stop sign or at the front of the neighborhood. So when these niggas come to shoot you, they know who to shoot. You standing by these buildings and these little kids getting shot, and you going around doing the same thing. Listen, stop that shit. First of all, it ain't 1987. Why y'all still outside on the block? Like, come on, man. How much money you
You talking about 1987? The niggas that was outside doing that shit in 1987. They're not them ones who are coming up, start shooting when it's just nothing but kids, and they come when the whole family outside, and they don't have no aim. Let's start there. They don't ever have no aim. Their aim is always hitting the damn kids, the women, nobody involved. The target always walks away with fucking laughing.
Right. And I think that's a part of them being cowards because the difference is when we came up, we fought. We fought. And this generation, they're not fighting. They're not. It's just
fight when you have a gun.
blow you up.
Right. So
It's gunfight.
Blow you up.
and that's the thing about it. It makes them cowards. They really have no real authority. Their authorities in their hand with that gun. That's it. That's what their power. That's what they feel like. They're on top. But
and they can't shoot. All their guns got 30 bullets in them. You need 30 bullets to kill somebody. You don't need to be shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta add an extendo or get you a high-powered rifle. You can't shoot it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm licensed to carry in 32 states.
Same here.
I don't need 30 bullets to shoot at you. If I can't get you in the standard clip, then it wasn't meant for you to die that day. You know what I'm saying? If I get into that, but like you said though, it's crazy out here, and they can't shoot. At least in our era, if somebody if they got their man, they got their man. They got out the car, walked down, and got their man. You hated to see it, but they got who it was meant. It wasn't no kids, it wasn't no females, but a lot of these females are in the mix. You playing both sides, and that's when you died in the middle. You got to stop this sleeping with the op and the nigga and giving niggas a drop, because I'm hearing a lot of females, like you said, they going hard now. They playing in the middle for a couple of dollars. They getting money on both sides, and then when something, oh damn, a girl got killed. A lot of times it's meant for the girl. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I still hear this. A lot of times that be how the girl will take somebody's phone and order an Uber from their house. Don't nobody know how this little man live at, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a
back to that music.
Yeah.
You hear the songs, they set the females setting niggas up. They want to go do that.
Yeah.
They want to make everything they see. But, going back to what you were saying, how do you stop those young kids? They're so numb to it because the kids are dying so young. They're not scared to die. They're not. So, they just out here. They think they living for the streets, live fast, die young. They're not scared of it.
We all went through that. I remember 1992, I kept having to be out of school to go to funerals. The teacher thought I was lying. Like, there's no way you're going. That's when DC was the murder capital. I was going to a funeral every week. Somebody I really, really didn't know because of my family died. Yeah. I was going to trials. I was never into that. I don't glorify that. I was never no big time drug dealer. I never even got handcuffs though. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to glorify that, listen, I don't want to know what oodles and noodles and eggs and Cheetos taste like. I don't want to know what that tastes like. I don't care to know what that tastes like. Like, I'm not a bitch ass nigga because I don't know how to iron a grilled cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to know how to iron a grilled damn cheese, dumbass. Stupid.
And this is just some of what you may catch on No Subliminals. This is just some of the commentary.
I done had that oodles and noodles, that little jailhouse special, and it's just not where it's at. First time I had it, it's just not like that. You don't want it. You don't want that. You don't belong there.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. Look, I don't know what all this beefing is over, but man, look, these guys getting some real money again. Like, they scamming real good. I ain't gonna
Somebody
lie.
said that scam on a honey. They are
They
scamming.
scamming really, really good, and I'm scared because that's a blue collar crime, and you gonna get all the time you get caught. But and the thing of it is, I don't understand the outfits. Like, how y'all blowing up people? Y'all got pocketbooks on and these little ass jeans, like
and lime shoes and shit, lime green shoes.
You go to the club, they be like, women got to put their purses in the car. You just had 100 niggas in with their purse. Like, come on, like. This shit is crazy. Like, the boys are less masculine, the girls are more masculine. It's something it's something in the food or something.
That damn McDonald's, they've been telling y'all.
Okay.
That food,
I think it's the crab boys because these crab boys
Not the crab.
came up out of nowhere in the last 5 years.
It wasn't the crab boys, it was just the crabs down there at the wharf. They kept giving them kids, them babies, them crabs. Now look at them. I don't know what's in that fucking water.
Crab boiled sausages and eggs just don't sound like it's supposed to go together.
Don't forget the potatoes and corn.
Yeah.
And it's actually good.
I do.
Yeah, I know. I'm
See, I like that. It's a combo.
We didn't come up on that though. We came up on some, we came up on something different. Black eyed peas, greens, some real.
No, we don't move that, baby. We doing seafood boils.
Yeah.
Because now y'all can't cook these days. Y'all not
I
a
can throw
microwave.
down. I
know. I was with a girl that had to call her father because she didn't even know how to defrost the chicken. I was like, this ain't gonna work. How do you defrost chicken? I said, this.
Well, what you let her call her dad? You was right there. You know how to defrost fucking chicken. You just sat back and watched the show. You was like, you know what? This is your fault because that was way too young. I already know. You ain't got to tell me the age. I know she was way fucking too young. She don't know how to defrost no goddamn chicken. Boy, you about 40. How old was this girl? This child? No.
She was old enough to know how to defrost chicken. Like what age do you know how to defrost chicken at 12? Like, come on now. Like, come on. If you don't know how to, it's getting you taking up for women who don't know how to cook. You know how to cook, right?
Yeah, I ain't taking up for it. I'm saying that she was too young because why the fuck she can't defrost chicken?
Right.
She had to call her dad, and you was there the whole time to see the whole thing.
That's a deal breaker.
That's a show.
You can't cook.
That's a show.
Have you guys seen the headlines about Iran? They are set to send 15,000 individuals to death. They're going to put them to death as a warning, basically, for you not to be rebels, for you not to partake in any type of protesting or go against what they want you to do. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that? And then it's known, like they put it out there. We're doing it.
Hey, listen, that's why their crime is low. Because a lot of shit that they do in these other countries, you think the girl that got caught smoking weed in Russia. It's a lot of shit that these other countries.
9 years for
I just had that conversation.
They had stricter laws in this country.
Yeah, I had a conversation with that.
A lot of shit when they be a little lenient. It be too lenient when shit's spiral out of control. You gotta look at that grand scheme of things. Like, look who is the president. Like, look who is the mayor. Like, this shit is bigger than us. This shit is. We talking about the rap. This shit is beyond rap. Look who running the country. This is a joke.
Right.
Like, why I gotta obey the law when the president don't obey the law?
Yeah, U.S. is definitely a joke.
Nobody's being held accountable.
When you
Everybody
look at
do what
everywhere
they wanna
else,
do.
they are strict. Even when you go back to the pandemic in like China, Japan, when they were shutting shit down, you couldn't leave. Here, they say it's shut down. What we do?
I'm living
Party.
in Atlanta. Everybody coming to Atlanta.
I'm out here.
Right.
Atlanta clubs ain't never shut
They
down.
shut down for 2 weeks, and then it was opening this shit back up.
Yeah.
The government
Mass
told the
Square.
mayor, "I'm gonna lock you up if you don't open this damn city back up," because everybody was coming to Atlanta, and it was $16 round trip. Everybody was having
$16.
I should have hopped on that.
It was 16. That's what I'm saying. But guess what? The people that lived in Atlanta, we didn't go to the club. We let y'all niggas give each other COVID and take it back to your own time.
And that's like just a perfect example of how the U.S. is just not set up or built the same. We ain't respecting authority. We're not. Because this is a free country, we can do what the fuck we want to do.
You try to be a rebel in them countries, like Lee said. Oh, they gonna blow your ass.
Yeah, they not playing.
Yeah, we gonna hang you. We fuck all that. 2 crews, even we'll settle it. We kill both crews. Niggas will stop killing them. You know what? This ain't that serious, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't about to, like, what's the worst that happen? I get my lawyer to fight it. I take my chance. It ain't no lawyer involved now. We gonna blow y'all up. We don't give a damn if you involved or not. You claiming this bullshit, all of y'all together, your ass is going down. Death by this, you know what I'm saying? By association.
See, a lot of people blame or they say that the games, like the Grand Theft Autos and so forth, the movies, the exploitation of gang violence, rapping with guns and killing and so forth, that all of this is playing a role in what's going on today out here in the streets. And I'm on the border with that. And the reason why I'm on the border with that is because we came up with colors. We came Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Dead Presidents, we Scarface, Carlito's Way. We saw pretty much the same thing. The music got crazy, but we were still able to make our decision as to what we were going to do or not to do. And now it's like everything is being blamed on, well, you let your child watch this. My parents let me watch it. I ain't out here shooting and running up and down the street.
Your parents let you watch it, but they had standards and stuff. These parents, they're letting it, like you said earlier, they want to be friends. You can't be a friend and discipline. You might have watched something. I know I watched some shit. My mother might have came and said, what the fuck? No, you don't need to be watching this. Or you don't need to be listening to that. I might have listened to something on the side. I might have did dirt on the side or try to sneak and do things, but I knew that I'm not playing with Diane or Larry. I ain't playing with them. These kids, they don't care.
These kids smoke with their grandma. So how you gonna?
And that's what I'm saying, because it's like it's kind of our generation who has set up these kids. Like my parents weren't cool. I'm gonna be cool with my kids. I look at some friends and I see them cool with their kids, and I see their kids stepping into adult conversation. I just sit there. I ain't doing it. I don't care what year it is. Ashley's kids, don't get your ass up out of here. You see adults in this room and adults talking, don't you get up in here. You gotta
go.
Seen
and I heard.
That's it.
Seen and I heard.
You need something down here? Okay, back upstairs, back downstairs, back where the kids go. Like, I'm not here. I don't need to be your friend.
We were scared of stuff. We feared stuff. We feared God or whoever you believe in. We feared grandma. These kids ain't got no they ain't scared of shit. So
is that it? These kids ain't in church?
That too. When they took prayer out of school, it changed them. Like honestly, every time you disconnect with something, it changes things. When you start allowing certain laws to be passed, and I ain't trying to get politics
and so forth. Yeah.
But a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff was designed to keep order. And then once you allow that, you open the floodgates for a lot of chaos. And this is what you have right now. This is what you have. Listen, you legalizing marijuana, you don't see what's going on.
Well, marijuana today is not marijuana of yesterday.
That's like
I can smell that in 3 cars ahead of me.
We can go on St. Bonnie's Road.
It's like it's in my car.
Wrong. It's 9 tobacco stores on St. Bonnie's Road that stay open 24
hours.
And they selling they backwoods.
It's everywhere now.
Until you
everywhere. Cross into Charles County, that's when it cuts off.
But it's fake. On this it's fake.
But do you notice they're throwing them every corner? It's a liquor store, a tobacco store, and then another tobacco store, another liquor store. They're like right next to each other. You gotta pay attention to that. Them kids going in there buying that fake weed. That's been in the news too. These kids have overdosing off of
or
whatever
just
that
stuck.
shit
You
is.
just see them like they
Yeah.
just mannequins, just
Stuck
you
on
know,
stupid. They don't even know what they on. Stuck on stupid.
But and it go back to what you said. Like a lot of times, man, I'm looking at what's going on as a whole.
Mhm.
It's no setup for success.
Mhm.
You know, like you can be the great parent. You can have your child go to school and be an honor roll student,
Mhm.
whatever. You know, however they try to get out. The minute they get with certain people that ain't on what they on, it's gonna bring them down.
Right there. The minute they get on with certain people, and this is where I also feel a certain type of way. Once you get to a certain level, I'm not saying that you're supposed to, because I don't believe you're supposed to forget where you came from and all of that. But what I will say is, as you grow, the people you incorporate or have around you should be at a higher level than you, so that you can keep excelling upward. If you're dealing with people who's stuck, eventually you're going to be right there on that stuck level, or you're going to fall into, like you said, what they're doing, the standard, the norm, and so forth, and it's not going to allow you to succeed in the way that you want to. And that's why a lot of people, you know, even these rappers and so forth, they be like, well, you did the community, come out. Like, if my community isn't helping me to be a better me and to rise, why am I going to do that? Right. You know, if my community isn't supporting, you know, what I'm doing, or whatever, you know, why once I make it, I supposed to help the entire that community? I can help another community. I can go somewhere where it is, you know, everyone working together, collaborating, and so forth, and upward mobility, you know. But if your direct community isn't helping you, then why are you going to put money back into that community? And that's one of the conversations I was having last week. I'm like, we really have to change all the way around. You have to take the ownership across the board. But with that being said, okay, with that being said, you know, customer service, because our people always saying we need to support local, we need to support our own, we need to support, but the customer service has to be there, the ownership has to be there. There are so many things. If you want me to keep coming back, then I need to get the same level when I go into different malls and different stores, and I'm greeted, and you know, it matters in that I'm in your store and what I want and so forth, and without the sass. So it's like, you know, but I will also say that the price is the price, you know, because we tend to, because we know each other, and, you know, because we're friends or we went to school together, you want a different price. But time, materials, labor, overhead, all of those things is in each item. So respect the price. You just gotta
never have to explain that.
But you do.
You
don't. But you do.
It's different because,
you really do.
like if it be your homie, you won't say how much do you charge. You be like, how much you gonna charge?
Yeah, I
like,
can go to such and such with them. Why are you here?
You ask for the discount when you say how much you gonna charge.
Right.
I ask how much do you charge.
Right.
Now, if you choose to give me a discount,
that's on you.
I don't say how much you gonna charge me. Then when you say how much you gonna charge me, then man, you can't do something better than that. Damn, my nigga, like
damn, my price ain't good enough.
Price is right.
I don't even like something. I don't even, when somebody inbox me, you want to do before the show, man, I'll be like, man, I got something else going on that weekend. Sometimes you just don't even want food with your own people. Because in your own neighborhood, just like whatever you read, let's just say the Bible, for instance. They didn't see Jesus for this great miracle worker they was. He was like, everywhere else they see me as Jesus, but in Nazareth, they see me as just the son of a carpenter. In your own hometown, they're not going to see you as, you know, Ashely, as Shantae, as Simon. They going to see you as, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you supposed to look, man, no, I'm not that person. Like, I'm everywhere else, I'm a star. But to you, because you watched me grow up, you don't, man, put some respect on my name. You know, like, I'm different. Like, no, I didn't do all this. So, to answer your question, go back. Oh, when I get big, it's over. I'm gonna send somebody to have them all for me. I'm still gonna shop.
I ain't just gonna be hanging out, and I just need security, because why these people be so big and have no security? Yes. I really have to question that. Y'all are just going. I mean, I know, I get it. You go back to where you came from, but like Dolph, you just in a regular cookie shop. Yeah, you didn't have to go up there and pull up yourself.
You could pay somebody $200. Go give me three chocolate chip cookies. They kept the change.
And it's also sad, you know. But I guess that's the price that you pay for the fame and for the stardom and so forth. Because
your hometown
now you can't just go and do as you please anymore. You know,
I can hang out in front of my dad's house on, you know, where he live at. If I'm a mega million, no.
Yeah.
But I bet you somebody like Dolph knew that other places he couldn't just walk around, but he felt that comfortable in his hometown. You too comfortable. You just underestimate yourself at that point. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with like Takeoff. Y'all are just, why are y'all just out here just like shooting dice?
Right.
I don't, you know.
But a lot of
why.
the things that's going on with these kids when it comes to the violence, the shootings, and so forth, a lot of it is falling back on the parents. They are really starting to when they're under the age of 18, they are really trying to charge the parents for the access, not paying attention, especially if you have a kid that's been in the system quite often and so forth. They're trying to throw that accountability back on the parent. And
not to say too much.
Do y'all agree with
Not
that?
to say too much and not to cut you off, but it's a lot of these youngers that's getting money and they will put a bounty on your head, and the 13-year-old will pick up that tab for $10,000 to $20,000.
Less than that.
Blow you up for
Less than
$5,000.
that.
A 13-year-old will blow you up because these 18-year-olds who are bosses, because they're getting real money. I've seen it. They, hey, I can't go spend. You going through juvie life. These 13-year-olds will get a AK-47 with a Draco or 9 with a switch and 10 bands. You put a 13-year-old with 10 bands.
So really, you're saying that the younger generation is being targeted. The youth is being targeted to
That's
do
why
the
they
dirty
let this
work.
music blow up. This certain music that's taught our daughter to be a hoe and shake your ass for years, and you know what I'm saying, that taught a young man that if you get a woman pregnant, you don't have to be present and stay with her. Like they made. I'm looking online. All I see is buttholes and guns, and I ain't even looking for it. It's right there in my search. Like I didn't look at this. All in my search, I'm seeing naked ass, guns, and stacks of money. But I'm 43. I know how to do them games and all that. I know this is just entertainment. But think about a 10-year-old. Do they know that?
Right.
That's all they've ever consumed was that. Do they know this is fake?
Right.
Do they know that people only show the best parts of their life on social media? No, your 10-year-old cannot identify that this is fake. They see that, oh, this is how life is. I got to get me some money. I got to get a gun. I got to shake my ass. I know girls that was in Atlanta that told me, I ain't about to work. I'm about to go get my body done and let a rapper nigga put a baby in. I heard this.
And this is goals now. But that's what you see on social media. That's what you see. Well, who was it? Erica Mena, who was going off and crying because she was only getting $4,000 from Safari. Like, who is Safari? He's nobody, and it's $4,000. You come around here and see what these girls getting. Shit, come ask me what I'm getting for mine. Let me tell you what I'm getting and what I ain't getting paid. It's like, what are you talking about? To $4,000, right? No. I'm content.
This is wild. There's no honor amongst these, no morals, no values, no street code. No, it's not none of that. All of that, the stuff we used to live by, it's over now. Like these youngers ain't built to do 50 years. They gonna tell on everybody. They got belts and shoes. They don't got money for lawyers. How you got all this? You got a court-appointed lawyer. Right. You don't even got life insurance. Your mother, man, like, nah, I don't want to get into that. Then there's somebody going. I don't want to get, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get canceled before you get started. But I'm just saying, we got to do better. We don't even got money to bury each other.
Wow. We can talk about that because it's a shame that motherfuckers are going out here living this life, young, old. Please know, y'all, if you got kids, you got family, what they gonna do with you? You want this lavish go home, this home going service for what?
For a street nigga that just post anywhere they had on their phone, like you showing your background. Do you know, like, your sister done slept with everybody in the neighborhood. You're not even supposed to show your sister microwave. Like, they gonna blow your whole family up. They can't get to you. I seen a situation with this guy. He was a famous rapper in Alabama, Arkansas. They shot up his grandmother's house and burnt his grandmother and grandfather alive. He had to make a speech saying, "My lifestyle caused my grandparents to get killed." You can hear his grandmother screaming as the house is burning up because his ops told him, "We ain't gonna find you. We're gonna go to grandma's house and flush you out." They shot up his grandma's house and threw a match at his grandma's house. I'll show you. Like these people, like, that was off limits. That was off limits. Like grandma, that's sacred. Grandma's sacred.
But like these days, where are the limits? There's no limits.
There's
no lines drawn nowhere. It's just not there.
Nothing is shock value anymore. Everything is like
no, because you can literally go online and see everything. People are watching people get killed online. They're no longer numb to anything. So how do you bring that back to a young kid and say life is precious, life is valuable, it means something?
It make you think on the other side of that, like, so these individuals, when they walk in their individual door, who are they to their family? Because it's no way that I can go out here and just randomly blow people away, and then I go back in the house like Mr. Rogers. Like so like is it
because it's numb to it. I know parents that
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I know a lot of parents that's my age that when they son or daughter get locked up and they got all these charges, they're like, wow. Because the kids are numb to it. The kids think this is life. I'm gonna go out here and that's how I get my money by doing this. So when I come in the house, hey mom, first of all, a lot of these young boys paying the bills.
I was gonna say that you got some kids that are going in as the hood hero. They're going in as a hood hero if they can bring in some money for the mother and bring some money for food. Daddy been gone or dead or whatever, and that's all they have is this child that's doing stuff. That's one aspect, but then you have the parents that you walking in, and your mother cussing you out. No, I'm reporting you. I'm working with the judges and the court and the system to try to get you on a straight and narrow because you see where they're headed, and it's literally nowhere fast.
And I'm gonna tell you something, young mothers, old mothers, my age, younger. If your child is spiraling out of control, let them go to jail.
Absolutely.
Let them go to jail. Because listen, these kids have to learn the hard way. I'm sorry, and I know it hurt. You got to cut the umbilical cord. Little man is not the little boy that he once was when he was breastfeeding. He is a gangster. You have to understand that he is the menace to society that you think you are naive to think that, then when something happened, when he gets shot or he kills somebody, you be like, not my child. Yes, your child. Let them listen. Some of these kids got to learn the hard way. And you don't want that, but it can save it. If they got to sit down for 5 years, it will save their life because they will come out as a changed person. I mean, a lot of these youngsters ain't ready for this crime that they're doing. They'll come with time. And if you condone it by taking the money and you know your son is scamming and selling drugs and all this and all that, then you're saying it's okay.
That's true.
If you're saying it's okay, you're not taking ownership. You can't take the money and then criticize. I don't want you out here doing this. Well, you got your hand out.
And that goes back to the holding the parents accountable for this because you got to accept the role you play. You got to own that.
And I tell these girls, stop dressing your little 1-year-old up as like
Thank
you want to look like your boyfriend. He should not be into all this highline designer at 1 year old. He don't care about that stuff. You do.
Don't even know.
Like, why are you pressed to get your son Balenciagas? What happened to like strides or hard bottoms or just play clothes? I'm seeing little kids. I'm like, man, he got on a new Balenciaga. Them Jones ain't mean. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. Like your son, your child is 1 year old with the little tag hanging out of the $300 jeans. Like really, you're dressing him as a like that. So when he grow up and he wants that all the time, and you can't obtain that lifestyle, and he want to go out here and continue it, then you mad at him.
Or even the lifestyle that comes with it, because if you dressing them a certain way, that brings a certain crowd, and if that's the crowd that he's around, or she's around growing up, that's all they know. So they're never going to associate with these kids who are with the stride rights or the cartoon shoes and all that. No, I want to be with the older people who got the designer on that I don't know anything about.
This has been a heck of a show. We are 2 minutes before the hour. We touched on so many different things. The main thing that I want us to make sure that we reiterate is that the introduction to this show today was No Subliminals. That will be airing on November the 30th with Simon Says and the real pretty Ashely. Where can they reach you guys? Where can they follow you guys?
You can find me on Instagram at the real pretty Ashely, and Twitter and Facebook. I think that's the same.
Find me on Instagram at Simon Says Crazy. No _sub. No _ podcast. On Facebook, No Subliminal Podcast. I might have said that wrong, but No Subliminal Podcast is what I'm pushing. I don't really want you to find me. Find my podcast on YouTube and all of my co-hosts is pretty Ashely, man. I'm really excited. I can't wait.
That's what's up.
It's gonna be a hell of a ride.
So we're going to make sure we include the links in the comment section of the feeds for their podcast so that you guys can go and subscribe to their YouTube channel to get those followers up. We got to make sure we support. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in today. Thank you for your comments and so forth. As always, we end every show in prayer. So we're going to do a quick prayer. God, I ask you to continue to watch over us all and guide us all to and from where we're going safely and unharmed. Please keep us out of harm's way on our goings and comings. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I say amen.
Amen.
And Ashely,
Well,
would
I
you
like that.
to...
I like that. Let me tell y'all. I like this.
Ashely, do you have a word that you would want to give the people in general?
Just be you. And at the end of the day, you'll get so much further. Don't settle. Be you. Get your money. Manifest. Speak it into existence. Every day, all day.
That's what's up. And Simon?
Just keep watching me, man.
Keep watching you.
Pay attention.
We're going to do just that. Thank you guys for staying tuned in. If you didn't know, make sure you check us out on Thursdays from 7 to 8 p.m. on If You Didn't Know.net. Follow the YouTube and subscribe to the page. All right.